In this timeline, this was the future that Ahsoka chose by not telling the Jedi High Council about Maul telling her that Sidious was in charge of the Senate and wanted Anakin to be his new apprentice. While searching through the forest, Ahsoka finds Vader and he says, "Where were you when I needed you the most? Do you have any idea what I've become?" And that's when Ahsoka fully realizes that Vader is Anakin, her old master, thus adding to the already soul-crushing guilt. In her later years in life, she finds Grogu, a species related to Grandmaster Yoda, and she refuses to train him because of the fear that Grogu has in part of Order 66, and tells the Mandalorian that she will not train him because she has seen what this kind of fear does. Now, in this timeline, what if Ahsoka had told the Jedi Council at that moment that Maul had told her in the destroyed throne room on Mandalore that Anakin was going to be a new apprentice of Sidious and he had masterminded the entire war? Yoda looks at Mace and says, "We must keep Skywalker away from Palpatine for as long as possible while we figure out how much of this is true." And he looks over at Mundi and Ayla Secura and says, "I want you to discreetly come back to the Jedi Temple. I called Battle Master Syndralic and locked the temple down. We must not allow Palpatine to figure out that we have caught on to him, otherwise he may accelerate whatever plan he has in place." Yoda finally looks back at Ahsoka and says, "Be mindful when bringing Maul back to Coruscant." As he looks back at Mace, he says, "We must contact General Kenobi and ask him what exactly Darth Tyrannus said on Geonosis, and that will light our way." But Mace asks, "What will Skywalker do? He is way too close to the Palpatine." That's when Yoda says, "Now that is something I do not know. We have to trust in the Force that Skywalker will make the right choice." Obi-Wan calls Yoda to give him an update that General Grievous has been destroyed, and Obi-Wan notices Yoda's face, and he asks, "What's wrong, Master?" And Yoda tells him that Ahsoka has shared that Maul has told them about Sidious and his plans to make Anakin his apprentice, and they need him to discreetly come back to Coruscant immediately and not tell the clone troopers. Obi-Wan looks terrified and asks Yoda, "What about Anakin?" And he says, "We have already brought him back to the temple, and we are all going to talk about this while we question Maul." Sidious feels Maul's presence now on Coruscant, and he is completely confused about why he feels this presence. And he tracks it to the Jedi Temple, and that's when he notices it is locked down, and he realizes that Maul has probably told the Jedi everything. Now Order 66 is now in jeopardy. Meanwhile, inside the temple, they are currently questioning Maul in front of the most powerful masters of the council. In a spell of paranoia, Palpatine executes Order 66, thinking that the Jedi will be caught off guard, not knowing that the Jedi are already prepared after listening to Maul. And this time, Anakin fights alongside Ahsoka, thus helping him not fall to the dark side. So the siege of the Jedi Temple fails, and Palpatine is captured. Anakin is finally granted the rank of Master, and Ahsoka decides to reinstate with the Jedi Order. Jedi knock out the aggressing clones and figure out that the inhibitor chips can be removed. Ahsoka did it with Rex, and they take their time getting all the clones' inhibitor chips removed and finding alternate roles for the clones now that the war is over, thus ending the war.